For this video, I will be talking about Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, the first game in the Yoshi spin-off series, my favorite game in the Yoshi spin-off series, and one of my favorite games in the Mario Meta series. The premise of Yoshi's Island is that a stork is delivering a pair of twins when he is intercepted by Kamek, a Magic Koopa, and one of the main antagonists of the game. Kamek wants both of the babies, but only manages to get one. The other baby falls towards Yoshi's Island and lands on Yoshi's back. The baby turns out to be Baby Mario. Shortly after Baby Mario's landing, a map bounces off Yoshi's head, and Yoshi takes Baby Mario and the map as he heads to the other Yoshis to have a discussion with them about Baby Mario. Meanwhile, Kamek learns that he only has one of the babies and sends his toadies to capture the other baby. The Yoshis learn that Baby Mario knows where his twin is due to the bond between the twins. With this, the Yoshis agree to take Baby Mario to his destination using a relay system. I will now talk about the gameplay. The play control is smooth and deep. Yoshi runs at a good speed and he jumps to a good height. The flutter jump Yoshi can use to prolong his fall is great because it lasts a good amount of time and can be used multiple times as long as Yoshi is airborne. In addition, a flutter jump used after bouncing off an enemy can increase the height of the jump. The flutter jump adds depth and strategy while also looking and sounding cute. Yoshi's tongue and mouth mechanic is one of my favorite mechanics in the game. The tongue has a good range and Yoshi can use his mouth to store most of the enemies or objects he can grab with his tongue. Yoshi can spit out the stored object, adding depth and strategy to the game, use a special spit when carrying a watermelon, which is a nice touch, and can make eggs by swallowing enemies. This brings me to another one of my favorite mechanics, the egg throwing mechanic. Basically, Yoshi can take one of his eggs and cause a moving reticle to appear. This reticle can be frozen and unfrozen, and Yoshi can run and jump while the reticle is up, reducing potential frustration. Yoshi can then throw the egg in a straight line in a direction depending on the position of the reticle. The thrown eggs can bounce off surfaces, damage enemies, or bounce along water. The egg throwing mechanic therefore adds a large amount of depth and a large amount of strategy to the game. The ground pound is another cool move that adds depth and strategy. The time-based health component is a well-executed feature and gives depth and strategy. Basically, the game has a timer that has a maximum of 30 seconds. If Yoshi is damaged, he and Baby Mario are separated, and Baby Mario is encased in a bubble and the timer starts counting down. Baby Mario remains encased in the bubble until Yoshi catches him or the timer runs out, in which case Kamek's toadies take Baby Mario away and Yoshi loses a life. Baby Mario cries while in the bubble, and his crying is the only thing I don't like about the game. I find the crying very annoying. If the timer is below 10 seconds when Yoshi gets Baby Mario back, the timer automatically increases gradually to 10, reducing potential frustration. Yoshi's ability to morph into a vehicle is a nice touch and adds variety and depth to the game. My favorite vehicle form is the helicopter due to its large degree of freedom of movement. The pause menu items are a great touch and reduce potential frustration in ways including adding time to the timer and changing all on-screen enemies into stars or winged clouds. The gameplay is made even better by the colorful and well-drawn sprites and environments. The sprites are also well animated and are capable of awesome graphical effects made possible by the game's Super FX2 cartridge chip. The environments also have great graphical effects that are only possible with the chip. The storybook-like atmosphere of the game goes well with Yoshi's personality and with Baby Mario, while also going well with the game's cute humor and cute enemies. I will now talk about the stages. The stages are well designed, colorful, beautiful, and greatly varied. The stages also encourage exploration with their side paths and alternate paths, and with the score component. Regarding the score component, if the player completes the stage, they are taken to a screen where they are given a score which is out of 100 and which depends on the amount of time on the timer, the number of red coins collected, and the number of flowers collected. The score component adds replay value to the stages and adds to the rewarding aspects of exploration and avoiding damage. Getting a perfect score on a stage is very satisfying, and getting a perfect score on all standard stages of a world is highly satisfying and rewarding due to the extra stage and bonus round unlocked in the world in this case. The stages are made even better by their excellent songs. My favorite stage songs include the Flower Field song, the Overworld song, the Athletic song, and the song played in forts and castles. I also love the map song and how it evolves as the game progresses. I also find the stage clear songs to be very satisfying. The bonus rounds that can occur during certain stages or after a stage that isn't a fort or castle are a great touch too. I will now talk about the boss battle component, which is one of my absolute favorite things about the game. A boss battle occurs at the end of each fort and castle in the game. Each world has a fort as its 4th stage and a castle as its 8th and final stage. The bosses are colorful, greatly varied, and well animated. In addition, each boss is fun to fight in their own ways and fits well in a storybook-like atmosphere. The battles are made even better by the songs. The Fortress Boss song goes well with the comicalness of the Fortress bosses, and the Castle Boss song goes well with the intimidating natures of the castle bosses. The boss battles begin with a graphically impressive sequence in which Kamek spreads his magic powder and a spell occurs as the setup for the boss battle. The boss battles end in satisfying ways, and each boss's defeat sequence includes a satisfying magical explosion sequence which both looks great and sounds great. I will now talk about the final stage, King Bowser's Castle, which is my favorite stage in the game. King Bowser's Castle is my favorite stage due to its depth and replay value, and due to the battle at the end of the stage. The stage starts off with an exciting sequence where Yoshi has to cross the castle moat as a helicopter. The second part of the stage has a spinning wheel of 4 doors. Yoshi can only take one door, and each door leads to a vastly different path to the same destination. The different doors thus give the castle much replay value. The auto-scrolling hallway that all doors lead to is a great setup. The auto-scrolling, Kamek, and the song in the hallway all add to the suspense leading up to the giant door to King Bowser's room. I will now talk about the final battle, which is my favorite battle in the game. The battle is preceded by a funny scene in which Bowser, who is a baby in the game, wakes with a loud roar, flattens Kamek with a ground pound, and yells that he wants a ride on Yoshi. The first phase is great because of the great use of the Castle Boss song, Baby Bowser's ground pound, and the floor ripples caused by his ground pound. The phase ends with Kamek spreading his magic powder on Baby Bowser and causing Baby Bowser to grow to giant size. After this, my favorite phase and my favorite part of the game begins. The song that plays is my favorite battle song in the game. The first 20 seconds of the game do a great job at setting up the mood, and go well with the ruined castle and giant Baby Bowser appearing in the background. The rest of the song adds intensity and excitement to the battle and goes well with giant Baby Bowser's size, walking, running, rock throwing, and fireballs. Throwing giant eggs towards giant Baby Bowser is satisfying, as is damaging giant Baby Bowser and knocking him back. The battle ends in a satisfying way with satisfying magical explosions, an excellent victory song, and normal-sized Baby Bowser falling down from the sky. I will now talk about the ending. Kamek fleeing with Baby Bowser is satisfying, and finding the stork and Baby Luigi is heartwarming, as is the message that immediately follows. The sequence in which Yoshi blows up Bowser's castle and replaces it with a flag with the letter Y on it is very satisfying. The credits sequence is great because of the beautiful animation of the stork flying above the clouds with the twins, and the excellent and beautiful song. The song goes well with the end of a long journey, with the twins finally headed to their destination, and with the end of Baby Mario's travels with his new friends, the Yoshis. The final scene is heartwarming, with the twins finally reaching their parents, and the Heroes Are Born segment, which includes a cute remix of the stage clear song from Super Mario Bros. 1. Overall, Yoshi's Island continues to be a masterpiece among platformers thanks to its smooth and deep play control, colorful environments, well-drawn and well-animated sprites, well-designed stages, great atmosphere, great boss battles, and excellent soundtrack. That concludes my review of Yoshi's Island. Take care.